Hey, listen, we gonna do this right, like we've been doing this. I'm gonna give y'all the music, the intro, and then we're gonna go from there.
Key.
We just
Okay.
just running a little late. Welcome everybody to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brother Jaquari and Damon Armstrong. Damon is a little under the weather, but he might be joining us later. Um, we're expecting. We have Keith Barnes with us tonight. We waiting for him to, set up and join us. That's him in the pitch blackness. You know what I'm saying? That's what we dark skinned brothers do when all the lights are out. You can only see a smile. You can only see a smile.
Me too. Because I'm dark
And
skinned too.
I know you always wanted to be, but you that reddish
Uh,
brown clay.
eh, I had that conversation with a young lady at work before, man, because she asked me how I seen myself. I told her I was, I'm a big old beautiful black bastard, right?
Wow. Okay.
And she said, "Well, you might be beautiful, Mr. Armstrong, but you're not black." And I said, "What?
Oh,
What? 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 What you
she
talking about?"
she had you stuttering, dog. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm charcoal black.
See,
I
that's
question.
said,
my attitude.
that's how I see myself. That's my attitude. I'm a field hand. Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
she got a giggle out of it, but I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's why your husband's short.
Also, we're also expecting Stacy Chauncey. Hopefully he'll be joining us, but people get busy. Stacy owns his own business right now, so he goes back and forth in what he's doing and how he's doing. So, but we look forward to him coming on.
Mm.
Um, Let me do some house cleaning. This is Strong's Perspective Podcast. So I need you folks to understand that this is a platform that promotes conversation, and we purposely have folks who want to come on and talk about how they see things. And a lot of times that has nothing to do with attacking a situation, in which I don't mind if you attack a situation, as long as you have solutions with it. You feel me? See, that's the key. That's the key to it all. Is, do you have a solution? Can you tell us exactly why you feel that way? And do you have something that you want to share? You feel what I'm saying? And that's not saying that people who have outbursts and expressing their anger are in the wrong. Has nothing to do with it. My thing is, what I've always done is, and the people who know me, is if you hear me express anger, I tell you why, I reinforce why, and I give you the solution to make me feel better.
Mm. Mm.
But do us a favor, in the present and in the future, when you see this, because you will see this thing will catch fire. It will, I'll guarantee it will catch fire. When you see this, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Especially share and subscribe, because we want to get thrown into that algorithm where we serve the many. Even though we appreciate the folks that support us, thank you guys. but we want more. For the simple fact that what I've understood, and I'll get off my soapbox when I say this, what I understood is when you are freely expressing yourself, what you're doing is planting seeds for the future. This is what you're doing. Even if that man is the same age as you, younger than you, or older, everybody has something to say. God, and this is my belief, God speaks through everybody. That's how I feel. So get on board before this thing becomes en fuego,
People all
lava
over the
like.
world, join in.
You know what I'm saying?
Start a
Be
strong
one of
train.
them people. Be one of them people who say, "Yo,
People all over the world,
we was
join
fucking with
in.
strong perspective when
Join
they
the
were
strong train.
puny."
Strong train.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, Jaquar, how you doing today, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'd like to start by giving sending a shout out, man, to my third through fifth grade bully, Percy the Sniper. We used to call him the Sniper because he was cockeyed, right? And every time he talked to you, he'd close that left eye. And it looked like he was aiming, but he was just trying to concentrate. So shout out to you, Percy.
Percy the Sniper, everybody.
Percy the Sniper. That little bastard. He was about 3 feet 11.
Oh man,
mean as a rattlesnake, probably.
Yeah, but he had visual reasons. He was short and he was cockeyed.
man, I bet he was a sight to see on Sunday day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Keith, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. It's been a busy day, unpredictable day, but I have no. I improvise and adapted.
That sound like a Marine. That sound like a Marine talking there, Mr. Barnes.
No, don't insult him like that, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they
I did not mean. Oh, I did not mean
they work for the. Yeah, they work for the president. That's not a good place to work. Do you want the president sending you places to hold it down until Congress approves for everybody else to come help?
The Marines go in first. That was always what I always liked about the way they shine. They go in first.
Yeah.
They go in first.
I ain't mean to step on your toes, brother.
Oh no. I love the Marines because they kept us from having to go in first. So because they were going to some stuff that we would actually, I would have to, I don't know, I have to question it. Your common sense. Look, law enforcement.
Yeah.
You still don't abandon common sense. You don't run into the line of fire.
They say mine is not the question. Mine is not the question why. Mine is just to do or die.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. See all that stuff sound it sounds tough. But the one thing that I found that that holds true is there are no atheists in foxholes.
That's real.
At all. My uncle had a real life story. He was a Vietnam veteran. And he said he was 17. My grandfather had to sign for him to join. So he said he got over there and everybody was saying they were atheists. What's your religious belief or whatever? And they were saying atheists. And he said we were set up on a hill, and these guys were telling us to keep watch. He said it got really quiet, like eerie quiet. So the guy said, light a flare. He said, when we lit that flare, he said it was at least, he said we were on the hill and it was like a little valley down there. He said, I'm guessing it had to been at least 400 or 500 Vietnamese soldiers
Mm,
slow crawling, creeping up to them up the hill.
mm, mm, mm.
He
Mm.
said, so they told them, they screamed out, fire, fire, attack, attack. And he said he had the machine gun. He said he was waiting for his partner to help him with the machine gun. Because on the machine gun, if you're the gunner, you pulling the trigger, the other guy feeds the ammo. It's an ammo belt. So they put the belt in and feed the ammo. And he's waiting for that guy. He said behind him, all he was hearing was, our Father which art in heaven, blah, 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 blah. He said, I looked around and I was like, man, it's too late for that shit. Y'all better come on.
Would you say you better be praying over these bullets? Let's go.
Yeah. It's time to get up and get to getting it, Jack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll pray later.
I think let me just say this. I want to talk about the overall premise of the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I got an idea, guys, as we were going, because see, you understand, me, I am the last year of the baby boomers, right? Keith and Jaquar, you're a Generation X, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm the last year of the baby boomers, right? And I was sitting around thinking about it and thinking about the young folks. Why is there a divide? Well, in every generation, there's always a divide. You know what I mean? Because the more current the generation is, the more educated they are. And they're more educated because of the parent.
Mm-hmm.
See, we forget because we get caught up in our own thing that our parents are the ones who lay the foundation, especially when we got parents that are present. Now, you'll notice I ain't say good parents, because sometimes some parents who are present are not necessarily good parents.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, what made me go to college? Right? After high school, what was my decision to go to college? See, I had to, in my mind, I had to take that in consideration because it's important because I have two sons. One graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest is going.
Okay.
Right? So what is the motivation? And I'll speak on a little in depth as we go along. But what was my motivation of going to college?
Okay.
Was it my own idea? Or did it sprout from what my parents asked me, demanded, coerced, whatever word you want to use, to think in that path?
Mm-hmm.
So, you think about going into the workforce, going into college, and going into the armed forces. So those three things was on my mind. Like, wow, that'd be a great topic because I know people who've done all three.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter what and we're concentrating on after high school because people are allowed to change their mind.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People are allowed to change their mind, but initially, what prompted you to go the path that you went to after high school?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I started talking about if you went to college and college and armed forces and also just workforce, the the pros and cons of it, of
Mhm.
each decision that you make. See, I started understanding the meat of it, and especially from our community,
Okay.
because unfortunately, there is a right in our eyes. We saw a right way and a wrong way,
Right.
and that's the wrong way of thinking. But that's what we did. I am the baby boomer, the last year of the baby boomers. So I got that baby boomer encouragement
Hmm.
because we were heavily in the workforce, right? But
Definitely.
we want our parents wanted their children to do more. So I'm really and truly just setting this up because I want our guys on this panel, because Bill Burnett, he's going to join us real soon. Hopefully Stacy Chauncey's going to join us because Stacy and Keith went the military route after high school. Keith a little bit of college, but he went the military route, and Stacy did too. And I want to hear from you guys. Now, last thing. Jaquari went to a HBCU. Bill and myself went to a PWI. I'm talking about the majority of it, right?
Hmm.
The difference, the positive and the negatives of that. And then we can add the armed forces in it because it's just like, correct me if I'm wrong, Keith, the armed forces is just like being in college.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But y'all was taught to kill. Let's not forget that.
Yes.
So
which is sorry to interrupt you, Keith, but which is a practical which is a practical skill set.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. If you're doing that for a living, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the young men that I work with, when they come there and I ask them what they want to do with the rest of their lives, if the military is an option, it's it's always almost always a branch, whatever branch it is. It's a combat situation.
Yeah.
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 And for a while people would look down on that when they heard him say it because these kids are coming from often they're coming from violent situations, right?
Yep.
But
Right.
I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand that, and I don't condone. I don't condone just like willy-nilly violence or anything like that. But in America, military service is an honored thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Especially our combat veterans.
It is. Well, hey, look. While they are in combat, but afterwards, and you can speak to that, Keith. Afterwards, it's a different story.
Yeah. Who you killing for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've already explained the whole premise of why we're going in this episode. I want to touch on both because both are meaty subjects. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do, Keith and Jaquari, what I'm asking you guys to do is, first of all, the route that you took, why? Why did you take that route? What prompted you to go there? And we'll start right there. And Jaquari, you the veteran of this, and then and you are a guest, even though you're a friend of the show, Keith. We'll let Jaquari go first.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll go on. Unless you want me to say something, Jaquari. I can start it off. What do you think? You muted, bro.
Since I am a younger brother or whatever, I believe it very well may be appropriate for you to start it off. Because
okay,
for me, for my reasons lie in lineage. So.
Yeah, that's why I asked. And since it's the fact that it spawned from me, then I should lead off, sir. But
unless
me personally,
go.
no, I got you, bro. I got you. Because what I want to do is I want full disclosure. Okay. Now, being our father, John Edward Armstrong, came to me after my junior year, right? And
Mhm.
just to give you some background, my junior year, I became a great basketball player in the state of Michigan. In
Okay.
the state of Michigan, I became a great basketball player, right? But I did it for
Okay.
fun. I didn't think about college. You know why? Because we were not financially in to position for any of us to go to college. I didn't know
Okay.
anything about scholarships. I started learning about scholarships from my cousin Jeff Williams and some of my heroes, Fred Cofield, Daryl Tipton, Spencer Gardner. Those guys got full rides to colleges.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I got an idea that you could do that sports wise, as long as your grades were together. But see, I always had great grades because I was competitive and I didn't want to let my family down. So just to keep it short and sweet, the reason why I even thought about, because I was going to the Marines, we were just talking about it. I was going to the Marines because my mother loved, and it was propaganda. I gotta say it. My mother loved war pictures and cowboys.
Okay.
She loved
Okay.
cowboys and war pictures. So I used to sit there and watch them with her. So I got caught up in the propaganda of war.
Mhm.
So I wanted to become a Marine, even though I was 6'7" at the time, tall and lanky. But I wanted that was my goal, right?
Mhm.
My father came to me and said, son, and this is where I'm driving at. He said, son, after my junior year, where I became all state honorable mention, right?
Okay.
He said, son, what do you want to do with your life after high school? I thought about it because
Mhm.
basketball was fun. Football was fun for me. I said, I'm gonna join the Marines. And he said, no. He
Mhm.
said, son, what I need you to do, because of your ability, your God-given ability, and as big as you are, as fast as you are, as strong as you are, I need you to think about going to college. This man that I respected
Right.
wholeheartedly
Mhm.
said to me, this is what he wanted me to aspire to do, was go to college. Never heard him speak about college until that moment, at the end of my junior year.
Okay.
Never heard him speak about it. And he said to me, which made me confirm this is what I was going to do, and I was bound and determined. He said, we don't have the money to send you to school, but you have the ability to go to school. This is what me and your mother want you to do. And from
Mhm.
that point on, that's what I did.
Okay.
Mm.
So you guys understand what that's the beginning of it. But that's why I made a decision to go to college after high school. Jaquar?
Well, my journey to college had took a similar path, man. I was in school and everything, man, and I had several previous examples, but the ones I live with, you and our brother Damon, you guys are going to college or whatever, and I've seen you finding your success on the basketball court, and in the classroom you guys were thriving, doing your thing and everything. So I had that as an inspiration. Pop came to me with the same conversation that he had with you, and I'm sure he had it with our brother Damon. He asked me what I wanted to do. I told him I don't know. Just like because like when you watch the war movies and the cowboy movies with them, I did too. Shit, and as far as I was concerned, I was gonna be a cowboy. College, I mean, shit. I was gonna become a millionaire cowboy, But before that, I had aspirations of going to the NFL, and I had a whole story about that. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do, man. But I knew I had to do something because everybody talked about how you were gonna live the rest of your life, what structure you were gonna live under or whatever. So Pop came to me and asked me what I wanted to do, and I gave him a couple of options, and then I brought up the military. Now, he flat out told me, he said, son, the military ain't no place for a black man. And then when I heard Fury Styles say that shit, I was like, shit, yeah, I'm ain't no Marines or nothing for me. Y'all don't know who Fury Styles is?
I don't. Tell me who Fury Styles is.
Fury Styles was Morris Chestnut's daddy in Boys in the Hood.
Man, you was
Oh yeah,
grown as
okay. Now I know you're talking about now. Okay.
first of all, you was grown as hell when Fury said that in the movie, man. But I like
Yeah.
the artistic license you just threw. My fault, man. I fucked that up.
Yeah, you just stepping all
I
over
know
my
exactly
dick.
who it was.
Say, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stepping all over my dick, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That brother has some lines in that movie.
yeah, it was pretty much decided. I mean, I feel like it was pretty much decided for me that I was going to go to college. The military was, it was still an option, but it was pretty low. So I started, getting heavier into sports or whatever because I had the same conversation. We don't have the money to send you to school. Hell, I can see that. Every time I live here, remember, bro? And every time either one of my older brothers called home for some pocket change, I got mad. I was like, what the fuck? You motherfuckers, ain't you motherfuckers on scholarship? You know what I'm saying? Like we struggling back here.
Yeah.
Hey, what you were like? Where's this money coming from?
Yeah.
I got to leave. I got to leave to get some money.
Yes, sir. Okay, Keith.
Yes,
you
sir.
went a different route from us, but you went the same route, but then you ended up going a different route from us. Can you explain that?
Yes. To be honest, totally honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Going to college was a tradition, and to be honest, I just felt like I was like one of probably the least smartest person in the house. Everybody else was older than me. I was raised with my aunts and uncles and stuff, so the majority of them went. Well, yeah, they went to college, graduated, and so I thought it was almost pretty much a tradition that I needed to go. So once I got there, it was like a last minute thing. I wasn't going. I was going to get a job and then decide what I was going to do because I really had no clue, and I didn't have a guide, I should say, kind of to point me in any direction. So I got a job working for an electric company because the only work I'd ever done was farm work. So that's all I knew, farm work. And once I started working for the electric company, it wasn't satisfying to me. And I thought about it. I said, well, let me go to college. Let me go to school. So I had got accepted to Fayetteville State, actually Fayetteville State and Elizabeth City State. And so I went to Fayetteville State, and I was there, and I was really enjoying myself. I said, well, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna play football, and maybe get me a scholarship. So I got there. They coaches told me they didn't have a scholarship that you could play. Maybe they could get something, a partial scholarship or something. Uh, in the meantime, I was looking at the conditions I was living in over in Vance Hall,
Mm.
which was they were calling it the projects when I got there. Well, Vance Hall is where they had the athletes, the football players, and they were staying there. So you had 2 men rooms with 4 brothers in it.
Oh wow.
They put 2 bunk beds in the 2-man room. And like I said, I did say we football players.
Mm-hmm.
All of us football players.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me, 2 linemen, and I don't know what this other brother was doing, but all of us was in this room. So that the living conditions wasn't cool. You were in these little suites. So it was 1 bathroom, and you had like 4 suites. It was 4 suites, and then it was 1 bathroom. So of course, you had to wait your turn, showers and stuff. And not only that, to get to the bathroom, you had to come outside. So the suites were,
Wow.
yeah, you had to step outside and then make a left and go down to the end of the corridor. They weren't a long corridor, but to the bathroom. So if you got a shower, if it's dead of winter, when you come out of the shower, you coming outside
Mm-hmm.
for a few steps anyway. So anyway, I was looking at those living conditions, and the dean called me in 3 times and asked me for some money. He said, "You enjoying yourself, son?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "I'm really enjoying it." I was. I said, "You like your classes?" Yeah, I'm enjoying my class. He said, "Okay, then." He said, "We enjoy having you here, but we got to have some money.
Yeah,
This ain't a public school."
yeah. You know
I
you
said, "Well, I
got.
don't have no money." Yeah, I said, "I don't have no money." I said, "My folks said they were gonna send you a check. I don't have any control over that." So anyway, I just got kind of frustrated with it, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go in the military, and I'll pay my own way. I'll figure it out." So that's what I did. Now I've joined the army, and with the intentions of going in there and getting GI Bill money so I could go to college. And I'm jumping ahead. I took some classes while I was in the army. When Keith was saying earlier about it's like college, if you focus when you go in the military, you can take college courses if you can get your schedule to fit it. Uh, but yeah, once I got in there, man, I got caught up in all the glamour stuff.
Oh,
You
hold,
know,
hold,
I'm
hold on,
country.
hold on, Keith. Hold on.
Yeah.
You answered the first part of that, and we're gonna stay with
Okay.
you right here.
Oh, okay.
Talk about the military. Hey, Jaquar, you see Eric Harris, our homeboy. You see what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the military. Give us. We're gonna go pros and cons. Talk about the military. What was some of the best things about the military that you value? And then Jaquari, after him, talk
Okay.
about when you went to college and all of that. Okay? Go ahead, Keith.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Some of the best things was uh, being 18 and you own your own. You totally own your own. Uh, they gave you, of course, free room and board, so that was good. Uh, and you got to, of course, run wild. It won't mama and daddy won't around. You won't know you didn't know anybody, so you could go out and just kind of cut up. Um, those were the pros of it, I guess. Going out and just finding yourself as a young man. Some of the lessons that I learned growing up, how to behave or why you do things, why you don't do things. I went out there and jumped head first into the school of hard knocks and learned all of that.
Mhm.
And I mean, I learned. Uh, uh, from I think I went in there the first week. No, yeah, the first week I was there, and I got disciplined by the captain.
Mm.
Because a sergeant asked me to go out and pick up paper, get on the back of a pickup truck, and get on a pickup truck and ride around the base and pick up paper. And I was like, no, I ain't doing that, man. And that was something you don't do. He was a sergeant. So,
Mhm.
and we went back and forth. And I told him, I said, I bet I don't get on that truck.
Mm.
And I didn't get on the truck. But I went in there to the captain. And the captain's first words, it's funny now listening to it, but remembering it. But he said, you know what? I want to take rank from you. You don't have any.
Mm.
He said, you ain't got a thing for me to take. He said, you got the money in your pocket? I said, no, sir. He said, damn.
I said I got to take something from you.
Yeah, he said, you don't have anything for me to take.
Mm.
So he gave me some discipline. I had to clean, mop, and sweep up a whole lot of stuff that didn't need cleaning and sweeping. And the sergeant came to me arrogantly and said, now what you got to say, Mister? I ain't gonna do it. I said, I looked at him still and said, you seen me on that truck yet?
Mm.
And he said, what did you
Hey,
say? I said, have you seen me on that truck yet? And I was like, that's my point. I ain't get on that truck.
Mm.
But I mean, the
hey,
cons of it, huh?
yeah. No.
Yeah, the
Before you
cons.
go to the cons, no, we're gonna go to the cons a little later. I just want to get the positive out there. You see what Eric Harris asked you, Keith, on the screen?
Let me see. What year did you
Yeah, you driving, man.
go
Slow
in the
down.
military? Oh, I went in 1986.
Okay.
I was in there from 1986 and stayed 4 years.
Okay. Um, I just want to handle it this way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to group them together because I want each the pros and the con to have his own separate life. Okay. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Jaquar, you had a little taste of PWI your first year, and then 10 years later, you had a taste of HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to
Yeah,
address the first year, that's fine, but talk to us about it, man. The pros, talk to us.
absolutely, man. I'll address my whole college experience, man. The first, when I graduated in 1991, the next year, I was enrolled in Eastern Michigan University, and I was going there as a red shirt freshman, and I was slated to play football. And in hindsight, man, well, that's the con. So I'm gonna hold on to that. But I mean, my experience was pretty much the same experience as KB's, even though I was living at home. You know, I was looking for a level of freedom, and I somewhat found it. You know, socially, man. I was scratching the surface of who I would come to be in the world. Everybody says all college campuses are my.
Uh, hold on, Jaquar. Jaquar, we can't hear you. Did you go mute? Did you mute yourself? Or is Bill that loud?
I thought about
Can
it,
y'all hear me?
failed that.
Now we can hear you now.
What was the last thing you heard?
Probably about 30 seconds ago. So we missed a good chunk.
Oh, you said it was the same thing as me. You were just trying to find your way, and
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. It presented an opportunity for me, like I said, like I was saying, man, to
Blowing his nose.
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, YouTube. This is one of the drawbacks of doing a podcast with niggers.
Hey, Bill, you on there? You on there blowing your nose? You farting? You doing the whole bunch of shit?
Y'all hit me for it. That's a lot, man. I'm trying to rush in from work to get to this daggone podcast.
Hey, no. Hey, look, take your time, brother. Take your time. We got you. You know how we do, man.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead and finish, Jaquar. Go ahead and
I'm
finish.
sorry. I apologize, Dr. Jacoy. I apologize, my brother.
No, it's cool. I'm just fucking with you, Bill. It's all love, brother. It's all love. But yeah, man, it presented me with an opportunity, man, to figure out who I would develop into later on in life, socially and everything. And I really had an opportunity, man, to immerse myself in an educational situation where I was thriving, because at Eastern Michigan, at some point early, I had figured out that I was good at academia, and I belonged in academia. Didn't last long because I flunked out eventually, but
Well, no. And now, be honest, there's a reason why that happened. So it's not like no. We'll explain that later. But go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, Jaquar. Go ahead. Got to be fair, man. Got to be fair. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, a couple of years after I'd stopped going to Eastern Michigan, I'd moved to Jackson with our brother Damon, and I was attending Jackson Community College. And as far as fit, it was a community college. I didn't have a car. I was also working every day, so logistically, man, it just didn't fit me. And basically 10 years later, when I moved to North Carolina, I was blessed with the opportunity to enroll into North Carolina Central, and that experience, I mean, it would come to define the rest of my life. I mean, the people I met, hell, I met my wife in college. I mean, I perfected my method of day fucking when I first got there. So I was the king of that. The king of day fucking. I should have had t-shirts made. But
oh shit.
That is where I got my educational shit together, and I thrived there and graduated, and the rest is history.
right.
Eric says you got to turn up the volume to hear you, but we hear you loud and clear. But Eric got old ears like mine. Bill, we're gonna play a little. We're gonna play a little catch up with you, brother. So,
I apologize. I'm not working.
No. You're working, man, bro. Come on now. You good. You good. You don't need to apologize about that. We're just blessed that you coming on for us, right? Bill and myself graduated from the University of Pittsburgh Panthers. That's what we're doing.
Right.
H to P, baby. Hell to Pitt, baby. Now, Bill, what we need you to do so you can catch up with us, talk about what prompted you or who prompted you to go to college after high school?
Well, that's easy for me. My mother. So
Okay.
you go to college, you go to military, you're gonna work.
You got a lot. You got. Hey, Bill, you got a little echo, man. You got your earphones in?
I'll show them. Can't find them. Hold on.
All right. Well, look. Hey, fellas. Keep Jaquari and Keith.
Yeah.
Put your mics on mute, and we're gonna let Bill talk. All right.
Put the mic on mute. Okay.
I said I was rushing trying to get it. But listen, my mother was pretty much with me. It was more like either go to the military, you got to go to get a job, or go to school. She preferred me to go to school, so I chose school because I wanted to have a good time. I didn't realize school was as hard as it was as far as education wise. I wanted to be around the women and go to school. So that was part of why I went to college. That's what I did. That's why I went to college.
Okay. Let me just get a little deeper in that. Your mom and your sister, both your sisters, right?
Yes.
Did they go to college?
My sister graduated from Cheney State University.
Okay.
My older sister. My other two sisters went to Cheney. They didn't finish. My mother didn't even get past high school.
But the point I'm trying to make is, you saw that all three of your siblings attempted to go to college, and your mom pressed it. So,
yes.
What do you think? As I said before, I'm the last year of the baby boomers. You, Jaquari, and Keith are part of Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think your mom? What energy was she coming from when she wanted you to go to school? Of course, she said the military and all this, but she emphasized school. Where do you think she was coming from when it came to that?
I believe she was coming from an aspect of just succeeding and doing better than what she did. You know what I mean? Plus, my dad did graduate from Lincoln. My dad graduated from Lincoln University. See how well he did, and I think that was her perspective. You know what I mean? You got to get an education to do better. To do better in life, as far as career wise, things like that. Get a better perspective, get more of get to meet different types of people, get to see more things in life than staying in the neighborhood and that's going working. That was her. That was where she's coming from.
Okay.
Now, she didn't want me to go far though. I was talking about going to USC or UCLA. No, not that far. Not that far.
Look. First of all, you was being real ambitious, man. You my friend, but you was ambitious as a motherfucker, boy.
Then I even thought about going down south. I really want to go down south, but then she was like, "That's kind of far too." So, you know what I mean. But my dad had died, so I felt like, you know what I mean.
Okay. So
walking distance.
So did you ever consider an HBCU, because Jaquari is an HBCU?
Yes, I did. I actually went on an HBCU tour to North Carolina Central, North Carolina AT&T. I think it was Morgan State. We went to a tour, and I really truly enjoyed myself. I really truly enjoyed myself, and I think back and say I should have went to HBCU. I really do.
Got you. Are you still feel that right now?
No. Hold on. No, as much, because I got some great long lasting friendships with people.
Okay.
I got some great youth course. I got some good friends I may never met if I went to HBCU. So I'm blessed for where I went to and the people that I met. Y'all gotta give me 1 minute. Can you hold on 1 minute? 1 minute. Somebody at my door. All right.
Okay. Jaquari, because I'm kind of I'm on my phone, ladies and gentlemen, because I've had difficulties with my desktop. So what's going to probably happen is you're going to not see my pretty face for the rest of the joint, because I'm at 15% on my phone. But yeah, y'all know what the fuck I look like. Jaquari, give us what you feel, and I don't want you to hold back either. What you feel is the con of going to an HBCU. What you feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I went to Central, man, I mean, I was an older student. I was 29 years old when I went to Central, and I was going for the whole experience, man. Like dorm life, freaking, the calf, all that. Now, doing that as an older student, kind of puts you, kind of put me in a, kind of put me in some positions, man, because I had to make some decisions.
Okay.
I'm around all these influential young people or whatever. How much do I involve myself in, extracurricular activities with these young people? Uh, how much am I going to expose them to the experience that I've had before I got into this college situation? So being a part of HBCU campus life is totally different than PWI. I mean, at Central we had dorm curfews, uh, uh, mass elocution classes. That happened. This is a salad fork. This is. I mean, they their program was definitely designed to help you not only get through college, but to establish, some kind of connection to whatever subject you were studying while you were there. So I don't want I don't want to say that the structure was a con, but moving how I wanted to at 29 years old on a college campus, it presented some challenges.
Okay. So let me just stoke the fires a little bit, and you can tell me how you feel about it. What about the living arrangements? What about the food? You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to HBCU, the education is always top tier. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I know that's top tier because that's what we're about, right? Our community is about that. But when it came to the living arrangements and everything else, can you speak on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, as I said, going into the college situation or whatever, I was an older student, so I had apprehensions about being in a dorm with a bunch of kids and everything. But I didn't have to worry about that because there was older student housing, and I was always there. Some of the same rules and regulations or whatever, but beggars can't be choosers. The food situation, I mean, some of the things you would expect to find at public cafeteria situations or whatever, like powdered eggs and doggone this and that. I mean, but like fried chicken on chicken day was fried by hand. You know what I mean?
Chicken Day, ladies
Can
and
y'all hear me?
gentlemen, at North Carolina, yeah. Chicken Day at North Carolina Central was an event, and I guarantee it probably still is.
Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir, buddy. It was a spectacle. It was a
What's
spectacle.
so special? What's so special about it?
It was look, man. Chicken Day was the day that
Wednesdays,
yeah,
Wednesdays, bro.
Wednesday Chicken Days was the day that you could wear your club clothes and not have to pay to get in. Everybody was there, man. Everybody was there. People would come. People would come from Duke and North Carolina or whatever, and wouldn't even eat. They would just be there hanging out. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Because I got to add this in, Jaquar. I'm sorry to interrupt. And I've been married and been in love since the late 80s. But Central was at the time 17-1 on campus.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That's a little small thing that I'm throwing in there, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you the thing about it. I gotta say this, Jaquar. This is when I understood that my brother had matured beyond his years. He went like he said, he went in at 28, 29, right? And he went up for the freshman orientation. He didn't want to go, but he said, you know what, I'm just going to go just in case. He went in there and he called me and he said when it was over with, he said, Keith, I feel bad because I was up here because Jaquari at the time looked like he was 17 because he had no facial hair. He said, I feel bad because I met a father with his daughter, bringing his daughter up with his wife and everything. And he said, I was sitting there chopping it up like it was just some regular random stuff, right? Then the father looked at his daughter and said, hey, this young man, I want you to hang out with him. Not knowing he was 28 years old.
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing but stretching that baby's neck. That's all you do.
Hey, but look, the funny thing about it was the next thing Jaquari said was, Keith, you know I couldn't do that. he said, you know I couldn't do that, man. She was far too young. He said, sir, I will look out for her. But other than that,
Indeed.
I can't do it.
And did.
You saw your son-in-law? Potential son-in-law?
Well, yeah. I mean, but it was like the age thing did not matter.
No. I mean, she was 18.
The majority of women that I knew at Central were, around my age.
Yeah.
And some of them were in the same situation. Some of them lived off campus or whatever, but we had a somewhat community of older students. Like I said, that's how I met my wife. My wife is a couple months older than I am. But it definitely taught me how to navigate systems and make things come out for the better.
Oh yeah.
Without stepping on toes, man. Without abusing it, man. I was very careful. I'm very careful not to abuse my situation.
Okay. And that makes sense. Keith Barnes, talk to us about a con. You can't hear us?
I can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay. Give us a con to being in the military, brother. If you can think of it.
Give us a time of what now?
Give us a negative as far as being in the military, if you can think of one.
First thing off the top of my head, the negative is following incompetent people. Being forced to follow incompetent people. And being stereotyped based on your age and a lot of times from where you're from. You're a little slow because you're from the South, the country. So you're a little slow. Or some of the other things they say. You look down on because your education level sometimes. You come in, you just have a diploma. I have this much education. So that was my thing, the stereotypes. And especially stereotypes were from people that actually look like me. The other ones I expected it. They didn't surprise me at all.
So KB, let me ask you real quick, man. in your time in the military, did you ever meet any white guys who had never seen black people before?
They were doing what now?
Who had never seen black people before, or white people who had never been around black people before?
No, not that. Yeah, that hadn't been around. Yes, yes. Actually, yeah.
See, we got that. At Pitt. Hey, Drew, we got that at Pitt too.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you?
hell yeah.
Wow.
Little middle towns in PA.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around black people before.
That's something you don't hear a lot about, on college campus, for real,
Yeah.
for real. Especially Pitt, man. All the people just coming from Philly and people coming from New York or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
That's strange. I wouldn't think that would be there.
Bruce's roommate never hung around black people. Never around black people. They've seen black people. They don't live around them though. Yeah. Up in Breezewood and small towns and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they believe me, trust me.
And you know what though? To be honest with you guys, and then let me just say this: you won't see my. I'm having problems with my desktop, so you won't see my picture, right? But I'm here.